Hey beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel, The Holistic Boss. This is Coach Renee, your holistic health and wellness strategist. Today's video is going to be about, I am going to make a raw collard green wrap. Yes, a raw collard green wrap. But before I jump into showing you how I make my raw wrap, I am going to give you some 10 health benefits on why it's good to change up from cooked to raw, right? When we eat raw, we obtain more of the enzymes and the nutrients that's within those raw veggies, those raw herbs and spices, right? So today I'm going to be using, of course, raw collard greens, some raw herbs and spices, which have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties inside that help to continue the healing process of your gut and your entire body, which is why it's really important that you switch up, diversify the way that you eat from cooked food to raw veggies, raw herbs and spices, right? Raw tends to help our digestive tract. It helps to digest those enzymes and those nutrients faster than it does our cooked food. Because when we cook our food, sometimes we're cooking our nutrients out of the food, which is not doing our bodies any good, right? So that's why it's good to diversify the way that we eat and how we intake our food. Just like we diversify our funds, our money, we don't put it all in one pot, right? We diversify it, meaning that we put some over here, we put some over there, and we put some over here. So we want to do the same with our food. We want to diversify our food, which means that we need to change up our vegetables, we need to change up our fruits, and not eat the same thing every day. And I mentioned this in my previous videos. So today we're going to do some collard greens, and we're going to do some herbs, and we're going to do spices, right? And we're going to do some protein. So I'm going to be using herbs, spices, protein, and complex carbs. Complex carbs are like lentils, beans. Today I'm going to be using garbanzo beans for the complex carbs, which are also known as chickpeas. And herbs, I'm going to be using some dandelion greens and some parsley and some my beautiful plant. I'm going to be using some herbs. It's growing so beautifully. I got this last week and it's just growing. I'm gonna have to change the soil, put it in a different pot, change the pot, put it in a bigger pot because it's growing out of this little container. So I picked these up last week. They came in fresh and they're doing so beautiful. These are one of my favorite plants, herbs rather. And it's an exciting thing. The exciting thing about, buying fresh herbs, basil, you can just clip off a piece and wash it, rinse it, and put it right in your raw dish, right? And that's what I'm going to do with this today. So again, I'm using herbs, spices, protein, which has a lot of fiber. Fiber helps to push and move out the excess waste that's in our gut, that's in our system, that's in our body, that does not need to be there. So let's see what else. Oh, and I'm going to be using black pepper, some garlic granules, some oregano, and some Celtic sea salt, and the garbanzo beans, garbanzo or chickpeas. I'm going to be using that. And I made some quinoa, so I'll probably use a little bit of that. This has a lot of protein in it as well. And I get this from Costco. This big bag from Costco. All right, so what else can I share with you today that's going to help you improve your health onto holistic living? So the benefits, that's what I want to talk about. 10 benefits, 10 health benefits for eating raw. That's what I want to talk to you about really quickly before I do this wrap. So number one, eating raw is nutrient dense, meaning that the vegetables, the herbs, the fruits that you eat have a plethora of nutrients within each of those fruits and vegetables, meaning that lots of vitamin A, vitamin C, K, D, vitamin E, what else is in there? Just A, all of the vitamins that our bodies need to thrive, right? So that's why it's important that if we are eating cooked meals all the time, we may be missing out on some of the vitamins and the nutrients and the minerals that's in the raw foods, right? So that's why it's important to kind of switch up some. That was number one. Number two is eating raw improves our digestion, right? Believe it or not, eating raw helps us to digest the food faster, which is interesting, right? And therefore, we are receiving the vitamins and the minerals within the raw veggies or the raw fruit faster than we would if we cook them. Reason being, we may have cooked out the vitamins and the nutrients within those veggies, right? Or the food, whatever we're cooking, right? That was number two. Also, guess what? It's you can lose weight naturally, right? I remember some years ago when I went on this raw food fast, fruits, vegetables, I dropped a whole dress size in less than probably, 6 months. But so eating raw will help you to lose weight naturally. So that's another way to lose weight if you're on your journey trying to lose weight, trying to figure it out. Eating raw will help you do that faster than eating cooked food. But again, you want to balance it out. You want to eat raw and you want to eat cooked, right? If you can. When I say cooked, I don't mean cook it to death. I mean cook it, saute it. Mainly I'm talking about sauteing it when you're doing your veggies and things of that nature, right? Or bake it, right? And so that was number three. Number four, it increases your energy, right? It gives you the energy that your body needs to thrive. Remember, I talk on my videos all about food is fuel to provide us with energy. Food gives us energy. It does not food should not make us tired and lethargic. If we're tired and lethargic, either we have eaten something that does not agree with our system, our body, or we have overeaten, right? So these are the things that you want to keep a journal or a food diary on. What is it that's causing you to feel tired or lethargic after a meal? So you want to be mindful of that. So if after eating a meal, pay attention to how you feel, how your body feels. And if it feels some kind of way, you want to write that down in your journal, your food journal or your food diary, right? That was number four. Number five is raw veggies and herbs are high in fiber. Like I said earlier, high in fiber. Think about apples, bananas, high in fiber, right? Pear, all of these fruits are high in fiber and antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. Antioxidants and anti-inflammatories are what we need to push out the extra waste, the extra toxins that are in our body, which is causing all sorts of problems, right? If you have joint pain, that's a sign of too much inflammation in the body. How do we get the inflammation out? By eating a raw diet, eating fruits and veggies, right? That is one of the number one ways to get this inflammation pushed out of your system. Why? Because there are toxins held up, right? They need to be released. And if they're not released, they're going to wreak all kinds of havoc on our bodies. So I know I stress this so much in all of my videos because it's super important that we understand where the joint pain is coming from, where is the discomfort coming from, where are these headaches coming from, where's all of these problems coming from. It's because we're on the SAD diet and perhaps we're not eating the right foods that our body needs, right? And so that was number 6, I'm sorry. Now, number 7, it improves the cholesterol. We need a healthy cholesterol, right? We don't need our cholesterol levels up. We need those cholesterols down. So that's number 7. Number 8, and improves our heart health, right? We need our heart. We need everything to be functioning. So it improves our heart health, right? We have to get off of some of these oils sometimes. You know, if you're going to do oil, I recommend a fat oil, healthier oil, omega-3s like olive oil, avocado oil, right? We need to use a healthier oil when we're eating our salads, when we are sauteing our veggies or eating or cooking some type of meal, right? That was number 8. Number 9, it improves all chronic diseases, right? Most of these chronic diseases that are running rapid today is because of the SAD diet. We have to include more vegetables, more fruits. A lot of you out there may not like fruits. If you don't like eating them, juice them or make a smoothie. That's how you can get those vitamins and those minerals inside your body that they just so desperately need. We need fruits and we need the fiber. If you need the fiber, you want to make smoothies. If you just want the vitamins and minerals, you're going to do the juices, right? So when you make juice, you're going to probably lose most of the fiber that's in that juice. But when you do smoothies, you're going to keep the fiber. So you want to do both. Remember I say you want to diversify this holistic journey. You want to eat fiber, you want to have more vitamins, and you want to have the enzymes from the raw veggies, right? So super, super important. And the last one, I saved this one for last because it's kind of, interesting and funny, but it also saves you money, right? Eating raw saves you money. And these days, food is high, right? So if you're on a budget, eat it raw. It can lower your stress. I promise you, it can lower your stress. When you're on a budget, sometimes our stress levels skyrocket because we're trying to figure out how we're going to maintain or manage this budget that's, only so much here and so much there. Raw food diet will help you do that. All right. So those were the tasty tips and tools for making a raw collard green wrap. So let's jump into this wrap. Let me show you how I prepare it, and we're going to get right to it. All right. So first things first, it's a collard greens wrap, and these are the collard greens that I'm going to use today. I've already washed these, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blanch them. Blanch them means I'm going to steam them for about 30 to 60 seconds. I just want to blanch them so they can be nice and beautiful. So we're going to see what the color looks like after they have been blanched. So you boil your water. Yeah, you want your water boiling hot, as I have it right here in my brazier. And once you blanch your collard greens, you take them out, of course. So right now, I'm going to cut the stems off, right? Because they're pretty long. These are fresh, beautiful collard greens, right? So let's cut the stems off of these. And I was only able to find this size. Usually you want the bigger leaf, the bigger collard green leaves, but they didn't have any in my fresh little market. So I bought what I could find. And they're organic. I talk about choosing organic over conventional because your body will receive less pesticides, herbicides, and all of those chemicals that are put on the conventional fruits and vegetables, right? So we want to always remember to select organic when we can. So right now I'm going to place these. I have 4 leaves right now for this video. I'm going to place them in here in my brazier, hot boiling water. And I'm going to let those steam for 30 to 60 seconds. Just enough to get that beautiful color, that dark green, beautiful color, right? So while that's doing that, I have everything already. I'm going to cut. These are my dandelion greens that I'm going to use. I'm going to cut the stems off of here. I'm going to use fresh spinach, already washed. And when you buy fresh spinach, you want to make sure that you wash it thoroughly, because fresh spinach could be extremely dirty with a lot of debris and dirt on it, because they just picked it from the ground, right? The dirt. So this has already been washed. I washed it in, of course, pure water, and I used some apple cider vinegar to make sure I had the dirt off of there. Apple cider vinegar. And when I washed it, I poured out that water, and then I put in more clean water to see if I can see clearly at the bottom of that water, and I could. Okay, so this is 60 seconds. That's all we want. 60 seconds. That's enough. Way more than enough. Okay, so now let's put this over here. We're going to take these out. I'm going to burn yourself, to be careful. I'm telling myself that. All right. I don't know where my tongues are. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put it here now. Take this off of the water, hot water, take that up. So when you're taking this out of the hot water, you want to pat the leaves dry, right? I don't want my collard leaves dry while eating my wrap. So I'm just gonna pat these dry on this board here. See how I'm patting that dry with a paper towel. You can use a paper towel. That's the easiest way to do that. See how beautiful this color green has gotten? Look at that. And bright, healthy color. So just patting that dry with my hand using a paper towel. This is a process, but it's worth it. It is certainly worth it when you want to do something raw and delicious. So I'm going to put the dry ones on the plate here. You can see it's gorgeous. And the next one. And then I will, once I dry these, I will just rough dry them again to make sure all the moisture is off of these. Because at this point, they're very delicate, and right, and so you're making a wrap, so you don't want the wrap, the collard green, the leaf to fall apart and to shred. Don't want it to do that. So very important. This is one of the very important steps about making a collard green wrap, right? You want to make sure that you keep it together and it doesn't fall by the wayside. So when you're on this new journey towards holistic living, healthier health and well-being, some things are going to call for, you just have to give yourself time. And there's some changes. You have to just decide that, okay, for this journey, this new living journey, this holistic lifestyle, I'm willing to change, right? It's a lifestyle change. It's not a one-time fix. Living healthy is a lifestyle, right? It means that you have to make a decision first to change the unhealthy habits into healthier habits. Why? So you can feel the benefits. You can see the results. It is worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Yes, I promise you it is worth it. It takes sacrifice. We have to make sacrifices in life when we want to go from pain and suffering to healthy and thriving, right? I've been on both ends. Suffering, pain and suffering, and thriving, right? I'm in a stage in my life now where I'm thriving. Why? Because I sacrifice the things that I do in order to reap the benefits, right? Reap the benefits. Okay, so now that we've dried those, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our ingredients inside of these beautiful wraps. And I'm going to use the bigger one first. Well, this is not actually the bigger one, but I'm going to use it. It's the next to the biggest. So these are pretty dry, right? Pretty dry. Okay. So I am going to, the next thing I want to do is I want to dress up my beans, my chickpeas, my garbanzo beans. I want to dress those up. What I mean by that is I want to put I'm going to use some olive oil, and I'm going to add my, I'm using purple onions, red peppers. I love red peppers. They are sweet and they have a lot of vitamin C in there, and I'm going to use some spinach and dandelion greens. So let's dress up. Let's first dress the garbanzo beans, right? Let's dress those. So we're going to pour some olive oil, and Trader Joe's had my olive oil. I got my olive oil back. I'm so happy, excited. So that's extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to pour some of that in there. It's a healthy fat. It's an omega-3. It's better for our heart. It's heart healthy. It's better for our immune system, better for our bodies in general. And it just a plethora of benefits, this extra virgin olive oil. Okay, next I'm going to add, I have some Celtic sea salt that I'm going to put in there. Celtic sea salt. Okay, you can find that at pretty much any grocery store if you have trouble finding it, if you want to use it. I'm just showing you what I'm using today. But if you're interested in it, you should be able to find it at your local store. If not, ask the grocer, and he or she will be delighted to help you on your journey towards holistic living, right? So I want to put that in there. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm taking out some of these little shells that happen to come in chickpeas. I don't want to eat the shells. Okay, so I got that in there. Now I am going to add some black pepper, antioxidant, right? Anti-inflammatory. Some black pepper. Love, love, love my garlic granules. Gonna do some garlic granules, right? Add some of that. And last but not least, as far as the dry herbs, I'm using oregano leaf, some oregano leaf, right? Remember, we think about, not only are we thinking about the colorful rainbow, we also want to think about when we're doing herbs and spices, how are they benefiting my body? How are they benefiting my health, my immune system? How are they tackling inflammation in my body? And you always want to check in with your doctor, your physician, your medical doctor, to make sure that these herbs and spices will go with whatever medication that you might be on. If you're on any type of medication, you definitely want to check in with your healthcare provider, your doctor, your medical physician. Ask them, is it okay that I use this herb or this spice or even the vegetable? Because sometimes these medications don't combine well with the food, the spices, the herbs. So make sure you do that. And, make sure you don't have allergies to anything that I'm sharing, all right? Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my beautiful onions, purple onions and red bell peppers. I'm going to add that in there. I'm going to add my fresh garlic. Got to have that garlic. That garlic's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. These are all. So we're going to tackle everything in our body. Get rid of all this stuff that doesn't need to be there, right? You want to do that. So this is my fresh parsley that I'm going to use. I need to soak it in some water first before I do that. I didn't do that yet. So I'm just going to soak it in this little water here to get a little bit of dirt out. And then, let's see, I'm going to cut the dandelions a little bit. Just cut those a little bit. The dandelions. Dandelion greens has a plethora of vitamins and minerals in these greens as well. Yes. So always be cognizant of what's inside, whatever it is that you are putting inside of your beautiful body, right? You want to make sure that they are going to par well. So why am I mixing these like this? Because I wanted to get some of the oils on here, and I wanted to get the seasonings inside of this beautiful bowl of greatness. So there's that beautiful bowl of greatness, right? And you know what? I'm going to add some extra protein. I'm going to add some quinoa that I cooked today. I'm going to add some quinoa. And quinoa is full of vitamins, full of protein. It's a complete protein, really. But I have to have something to go along with the quinoa because I cannot eat it by itself because I'll be hungry in the next hour probably. So I'm mixing up the quinoa in this bowl of greatness. Quinoa, for those of you that may not know what quinoa is like a rice. It's an alternative to rice, right? And it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook. It may take you a while you can use it. You can cook quinoa in a rice cooker, and it may take some getting used to if you've never cooked quinoa before, but I promise you, when you learn how to cook it and you know how to mix it in flavors and dishes, you will love it, right? You can have quinoa for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I've had it for all three, and depending on what I was including with my meal, that's what time of the hour that I was having it, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I have the quinoa mixed in here like that. Okay, now I am going to get my green wrap. Get my green wrap. I'm gonna place it here first, like this. And then I'm going to, actually I'm gonna take I'll take this one, take this, okay. So here, I have my wrap, my collard green wrap. And I'm now going to, I think I'm going to add just a little more, just a little more of oregano and garlic granules to this. I love seasoning. You mix the seasonings together, it gives you nice flavor. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything that I have in this bowl, and I'm going, not everything, not at once, just for this particular collard green wrap, just for this. All right, and so I'm going to do it like so. On this side. Yes, that's the right side. Okay. So I'm going to place it in the middle. I'm going to place this in the middle of this collard green, like so. Just moving back so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, this looks yummy. Tell you, when you start to get on this health journey, you're going to enjoy it. You really are. Your palate, your taste palate is going to change. It's going to up level, and you're not going to crave the sad diet anymore. You're going to be craving nothing but healthy fruits and vegetables that's going to do your body some good, right? So here's, I'm not going to put a whole lot in that one. So oh, forgot the spinach. Let's place some spinach on there, some fresh spinach we're going to add to this. And put that on top, and so we got, ooh, this is so good. Some fresh spinach. So now let's do the wrapping part. You see, y'all, let me show you first. That's what it looks like so far. All right, so I am going to start wrapping it. Let me bring it closer so you can see how I wrap this. I'll bring it closer, because that's important that you see how I'm wrapping this, right? Let's do this. There we go. All right, I'm going to show you how I'm wrapping that. You won't see my face right now, but this is how I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to take the end here, right? See that? And then I'm going to take the sides right here. See those sides? I'm going to take both of those sides. Right? So we want to make it nice and tight so we don't lose anything out of here. Make it nice and tight. Well, let me do this again. Hang on, everyone. Let me just bring this in a little closer, because we want this wrap nice and tight so we don't lose the guts, the ingredients inside, right? We just want everything to stay nice and tight as much as we can, right? And I guess it's important if we don't fill it with so much, but it looks so good. I just wanted to put as much as I could in here for this. Okay, so then we're going to bring this side together. Remember, it's going to be nice and tight. And then we're going to bring up the last section, which is the top. So there we have a collard green wrap, and you have to hold it because I probably put too much in this wrap, but it's okay. You know how to make a raw collard green wrap. That's what this is today. It's all about getting our raw vegetables, right? Our raw foods. Okay. So, so this is what the wrap looks like, right? Okay, let me try and see if I can taste it. All right, let me put this up so I can see you. All right, so that's the wrap, and you may not want to put as much as I did in this one wrap, but we're gonna taste it. Let's taste this wrap and see what it tastes like. See if I did it good. So we gotta kind of hold it together a little bit. It's okay, still a wrap, it's a raw wrap. All right, dear God, thank you so much for this opportunity to share with my audience another creative way to get raw food into their bodies, the food that's going to give them energy to lose the weight that they need to lose, to minimize, eradicate, and disrupt illness and disease and joint pain and all of these issues that's coming up against them, God. I pray that this food will nourish this body that you created. In your name, I say amen and thank you. Let's taste it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it. That's what you call a raw collard green wrap, right? A raw collard green wrap. Mmm, 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 mmm. Came apart a little bit. That's okay. Still a wrap. We can use our spoon, our fork, or knife, whatever we need. But this is how you make Coach Renee's raw collard green wrap. Full of protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals. This is what our bodies need. This has everything in it that we need to thrive today, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And to you new subscribers, I am grateful for you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Thank you for the amazing comments. Keep them coming. And I respond to those comments. It may not be the same day, but just know that I see you and I hear you and I do respond to your comments. And make it good comments, right? Make them, let me know if you're looking for something else that's going to help you jumpstart your journey towards optimal health and well-being. Because we're all about living healthy. We need a healthy planet. We need a healthy body. We need healthy families, healthy communities, right? This is what this channel is all about. Trying to take back control of our health and our well-being for the mind, our bodies, and our soul, right? So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload new content, a new video. And give me a thumbs up if you like this comment. And go ahead and share it with your circle of influence so they too can enjoy and learn how to take back control of their health and their well-being so they can not just survive, but thrive. We all want to thrive, I think. We all want to thrive, right? Until next time, This is Coach Renee, your holistic health and wellness strategist. And remember to stay whole, healthy, and happy. All right? Take care. Bye-bye. I just wanted you to see that. Look at that. Gorgeous, beautiful, simply nutrient-dense packed meal that's going to heal. Take care. Bye-bye.